Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Make Gains. Today we're going to be talking about why new construction might not be the best choice. Let's get into it.
Golf ball test, testing the slope of the shower pan. And it stops right where the water's pooling. Anybody have a guess why my gas detector is going off on the hot water? The kitchen countertop is chipped. No comments on this one. Chimney cap is poorly installed around the fiber cement. That looks like a leak waiting to happen. Drip edge flashing details are loose. Should be secured to the roof sheathing. Thermal imaging scan checking for missing insulation. And there it is. Roof area sidewall, the mortar is separating around the stone veneer. Primary condensate drain line to the HVAC system is poorly insulated. You can see the condensation building up on the line, which in turn is dripping onto the subfloors.
So guys, there are boatloads of videos like this where you can just go and see issue after issue after issue. But I want you to see some of these because it's really important whenever you go into some of these nice houses that you have somebody on your side who's going to make sure that you don't get screwed over in some of these deals, because it's very obvious that some of these new construction builders are just trying to pump out things as fast as humanly possible because, that's the way they're making money off of it, but these things are clearly very cheaply built.
Golf ball test. That's what the tile should sound like. And that's what it shouldn't sound like. Needs to be fixed.
No.
Nice feature. Spout installed to fill up your dog's water. Genius. Here's the dog wash station. That needs to be fixed.
Nope.
The stucco to stone transition on the second story sidewall has nice large gaps in between the trim. There's the weather barrier and tape flashing.
No. All right. It's locked? Just kidding. Nope. Yeah, no. Some high quality painting done right there. It's custom. Nope. Nope.
Here's a good example of what that kickout flashing should look like. That's done right.
That says it's a $2.8 million home, which to me is insanity with all those crazy little issues. This is something where there's clearly no pride being taken by the builders in this, or maybe they just haven't looked at it and were letting their crews run wild. But this kind of stuff should never happen on a home that expensive. It's happening across the gamut because you see it on the less expensive homes and on the really expensive homes. And that it's just crazy. I don't feel like if you buy a home that's 20, 30 years old, that you have these kind of build issues. Now, you may have wear and tear issues, but these kind of things on older homes, I don't think you see as much.
That's why you gotta come. When you get your house built,
You gotta inspect it.
you gotta come every single day to watch these folks build your home. This a load-bearing wall. Look at the gap. Look how your nails in here.
Look at this one right here.
That's why you gotta come.
It's not even stable.
Look at this nail. This is why you gotta come when these folks building your house. Look at the nails. You ain't gonna never see this because this is gonna be behind the wall. Look, and your joists, your 2x4. Look at this. You gotta come every single day. Look at this.
Was this even stable?
Guarantee you they'll never take stuff like this out. This gonna stay behind your wall for forever. Look at the nail. Look at the trash wood that they use. Look at the trash wood. It's pressure treated, but look at your angles of your wood cut wrong. You ain't gonna never know. That's what's behind your wall.
No, I'm not a contractor or an inspector. Some of those things look like major problems to me. I mean, like, you've got boards that aren't making connections behind your wall. To me, that seems like that's going to settle at some point and cause issues. Or if your wood's not properly nailed. Now, some of those things, who cares, right? I mean, if there's a little bit of trash stuck in some of the boards, I don't think that's an issue. But the stuff where it's not connecting, especially on load-bearing walls, that eventually that gap's probably going to close, and then that means that you're going to have some. I mean, it's going to show up somewhere, whether that be in your wall or a floor upstairs. I don't know where that's going to show up, but that isn't good. If any of you are watching and you're a builder, let me know. What do you think about this kind of thing? Is this something where you should go and make them redo it all? I don't know, but I know that I'd be frustrated with 50% of those things that he just showed.
Do not buy new construction. I repeat, do not buy a home that is new construction. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. So I bought a home from D.R. Horton, brand new home. It was a townhouse and was the first one on the block to purchase a home. First ones on the block. They offered an incentive they usually do under new construction to pay majority of the closing costs, which is the reason why I went for it, because that closing costs can get expensive. And this was in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, so very expensive. So they were offering to pay majority of the closing costs. So went with them, and it was new construction. 2, maybe 3 years in, the house already has a major plumbing problem. We had the kitchen was right below the master bathroom. It was 2-story, obviously, townhouse. So the kitchen was right below the master bathroom. I take a shower one day, then come downstairs and almost bust my ass in the kitchen. Water everywhere. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Like, I ain't leave the sink running or nothing like that. The dishwasher ain't flooded. What's going on? The washing machine ain't flooded. What's going on? So I'm looking around, scratching my head, and then I look up. I see a huge water stain in the roof. In the ceiling. So I'm tall enough, I take my finger, poke right through it. Water, 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 water. Just dripping. Had 3 plumbers come to diagnose the problem. 3. Every last one of them came in there and said, who built this house? It said D.R. Horton. They said, let me show you something. The first one said, let me show you something. He put the little flashlight. See these pipes right here? Terrible. All this material, cheap. He said, you would have had to redo all this sooner or later. I said, okay, thank you, sir. Next one. The next one had worked on a couple houses in the neighborhood. And as soon as he came in the house and he looked at the hole in that kitchen, he said, I don't even need to go up there. He said, I already know what the problem is. I said, what you mean? He said, your neighbors I've done 3 houses. They all had the same problem. Third one come in. The reason why I get the third one is because it's my dad's guy that he uses. So I was like, I should just use him from the jump. But he come in there. He put the little flashlight. He said, yep, these pipes is trash, and I already know what the problem is. Do not buy new construction. They are putting these houses up fast and cheap. You're looking, especially if it's your first home, you're going to look at it and see a nice home. Oh, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, nice yard space. Oh my God, look at the neighborhood, honey. Let's get it. And you're going to get in that house, and you will start having major structural problems, plumbing problems, roofing problems, all that, septic tank problems. You're going to start having all these problems. They are putting these houses up fast and cheap. Fast and cheap is the name of the game. Fast and cheap. Beware. The best thing to do will be to build your house from the ground up. Be right there when they break ground and watch them go through the whole process. These companies are sparing every expense to put these houses up, using the cheapest materials and using unlicensed, unskilled labor to get these houses put up.
So this is the kind of thing that you can run into. And to his point, these homes look great. If you go and look at some of these new homes, you walk in, they look clean. You know, they're all bright white and they've got some shiny appliances and they look great. But then yeah, once you're living in there a little bit, then you start to run into some issues.
$1 million and 2.5 years later, and this is what you get. This isn't even the worst part. I'll show you the worst part and tell you who the builder is. This crack started forming at the door crack, and then it was about here, and we've been monitoring it, and it's gone to here. That isn't even the worst part. The worst part is the door doesn't shut because it gets stuck up here. The door has shifted, and the crack is forming on the opposite side, which also started about here and has extended, and the door casing separating. And you see this chip mark right here where the door is catching. So you tell me, Richmond American Homes, is that just natural settling? Is that to be expected in a 2.5-year-old, $500,000 house? Or is this a result of poor materials, poor craftsmanship, cheap materials, rushing things along and slapping things together? Because I'll tell you something, for young people and people like me who worked their ass off for 10 years to save up a down payment on a house, you know, this doesn't settle right with me, no pun intended.
Wouldn't settle right with me either. And I think that what we saw in the video 2 videos ago could be the direct cause of some of this kind of stuff. It also could just be foundation shifting, but you know, I mean, there are reasons for that too. And no, this shouldn't happen with a 2-year-old home.
Missing a door stopper. The upstairs railings are horizontal. Again, looks like a letter to children. Well, I don't physically stand on your cabinets. You're not getting the top-notch experience. You're not getting the Inspector Night experience. This is damaged, and this is damaged. And this one ain't got a light. So we have no weep holes above the doorway brick lintels as well as the window brick lintels.
The sink's faucet is loose at the countertop. You already know. Needs to be fixed. Windows that are installed less than 24 inches of the door are required to have safety glass. A good way to tell is you will find an etching in one of the corners, but not on this one.
This is loose. A foam-sealed attic with no ventilation source. And at least it's not a beer this time. This is coming loose. There's literal ice on the roof. Can't walk today.
$800,000 home. So many little simple errors. And guys, this is exactly why you need to get a really good home inspector.
Let's pick apart this house. I'm going to recommend putting a kickout flashing right there. That way the water will drain into the gutters better. We'll probably need to add another one right here. And I'm taking a closer peek, and it looks like there's a little gap between that board and the stone wall right there. So that needs to be sealed up. Let's add another kickout flashing right there. Looks like there's little openings at the mortar. Probably need to have that sealed up as well. Looks like none of the light fixtures have been caulked as yet. I see light. I see missing caulking. I don't see light. I see light again. This ground rod is a little bit high. That could also be sealed up right there, the electrical box. I'm sure they'll get to it at some point. What do you think? It's like I always say, do your best and then just caulk the rest. Guys, let me show you how I inspect these gas meters. Don't smell anything. There's water inside the water meter box. Looks like we're missing some weather stripping on this back door. Pretty large opening. All right, Steven said be as picky as possible, so I'm gonna do some stuff. Yeah, that's leaking. Can't report.
So that's over $500,000 house. And you can see there are lots of little places where they didn't caulk or things were loose or they didn't put flashing in right. I mean, there's just tons of that stuff on all these houses. And like I said, hundreds of these videos. So my recommendation to you, if you're going to buy a new house, get that thing inspected and tell the inspector to go nuts, because these are the kind of things where you need to get them to take care of it before you move in. I mean, some of these houses have a warranty on it, but you know, I worked with a friend who had a house with a warranty on it, and their back screened-in porch would flood every time it rained. And it took them forever to get them to be willing to fix it. And I mean, they basically had to threaten with a lawsuit before they were willing to come in and take care of it. It's ridiculous. So if you get it before you close, then it should make it easier.
Good. Proper install. Bad. Improper install.
Yeah, I see I got the little blue tape arrow right here. Why did y'all add like an inch of grout behind these wall tiles? That is insane. Now this looks good. This doesn't look bad at all. But this? I ain't even gotta say nothing. Stairway to the attic space is damaged. This flashing is not properly installed. It should be bound to the wall like this one. A lot of the ceiling fans around the home are crooked. GFCI not tripping. No weather stripping to the attic exit doors. The window to the overhead garage door is broken. No window screens are present.
Hey guys, get a really good home inspector so that they can find all this stuff, because I think a lot of them would just blow over a lot of these issues.
Construction versus existing home sales. Here's everything you need to know to decide which is right for you. Let's get into the numbers. This past July of 23, the median sales price of an existing home was just over $406,000. Compare that to a new home sale, which came in at $436,000. Probably no surprise to anyone, about a 7% difference between the price of an existing home versus a new home. First-time buyer that's using a 3% down loan, that really only represents about a $1,000 difference in minimum down payment. Okay, great. So you bought the house, one or the other. What happens next? Next is going to be maintenance, right? So on existing homes, an average homeowner spent about $100 a month on maintenance, whereas a homeowner who bought a home that was built in the last 4 years spent only about $25 a month. Forget, if you bought a resale, it may not be exactly as you like it. So typically with a new build, you're going to spend a minimal amount of money on renovations, whereas existing home sales, there's a fair chance that you may want to change a thing or two. Let's not forget about taxes. New homes tend to be taxed at a higher rate than existing homes, because typically the assessed value is going to be higher. And last but not least, you got to think about your timeline. A new home could take a couple of months. It could take over a year to build. An existing home, you already see it. You know exactly how it's going to be. And in most cases, you can get in there within 30 days. Right for you, it's going to depend on all of these factors: the upfront costs, the maintenance costs, what inventory is available, and what your timeline looks like. If you got questions, hit me up.
As you can see, there's a difference, right? So you buy a used home, you're going to have, maybe a little more monthly maintenance costs. And that's because you're going to have to replace things like your AC unit, like appliances. I mean, all these things are going to break on you eventually. But you shouldn't have these issues that some of these people were having with these new homes. So, I do think it's probably a wash. Like you said, with the newer homes, you're going to have more in taxes because they're assessed at a higher rate. So these are all things that you've got to consider, but you may be able to get it exactly how you want it. Just want to put this out there so you guys could be aware. And whenever you make a purchase, we want you to make gains. So be sure to have that inspection done, because if you don't, that is the easiest way to regret a new home purchase. And did a whole video about people who regret their new homes because of some of these major issues that plenty of people have. So do your due diligence, make sure that you get that inspection. And guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.